Did she get that thing at a thrift store? One of the teenagers sneered, pointing at the woman sitting quietly near gate C9. Her jacket was faded olive green, the fabric worn thin at the sleeves, the patches stitched unevenly from age. She didn't look like much, grey streaks in her bun, sneakers instead of boots, and a duffel bag tucked under her seat. She didn't speak or flinch. She just sat with her eyes fixed on the runway, calm and still. A gate agent gave her a polite nod, though clearly confused as to why someone like her was seated in priority boarding. Others assumed she was an old hippie or some military wannabe. Her name wasn't known, but her silence spoke volumes, just not loud enough for those around her to understand. Until the general walked by. He was in full uniform, flanked by aides, moving swiftly through the terminal with purpose. Heads turned, people nodded, some took selfies as he passed. But then he stopped, his gaze locked on the woman in the old green jacket. His posture shifted, his jaw clenched, and then he snapped to attention, a salute so sharp it echoed off the windows. The terminal fell silent. The teenagers froze, laughter dying in their throats. "Major Hale," the general said, voice firm with reverence. "Permission to speak freely, ma'am?" She looked up. For the first time since arriving, she smiled. "Granted." He knelt in full dress, kneeling in front of her, taking her weathered hand in his. "I studied your mission in officer school. You held that hill for 3 days. No reinforcements, no sleep. 16 lives saved." A slow murmur rippled through the gate. Phones started recording. The same people who mocked her jacket now scrambled to understand who she was. Because that patch they laughed at. It was from the 17th Tactical Recon Unit, disbanded decades ago after an infamous classified mission in Kosovo. Major Charlotte Hale had been the unit commander. Her story had only recently been declassified, a lone female officer who defied protocol, disobeyed a retreat order, and held the line until air support arrived. The mission was one of the most heroic last stands in modern military history. But she never spoke of it, never sought attention. She'd retired quietly, cared for her disabled brother, and volunteered at shelters. The general rose and turned to the crowd. "This woman is the reason I joined the army. I keep her photo in my office. I've told her story to cadets across the country, and today I have the honor of meeting her face to face." Silence turned to applause, slow then building. Gate C9 became a standing ovation. The teenagers stared at the ground, ashamed. One of them even whispered, "I didn't know." Major Hale stood, adjusted her jacket, and nodded to the general. At ease. Laughter returned, but this time it was warm, respectful. She boarded her flight with dignity, duffel on her shoulder, patch on her sleeve. The story went viral before the plane even left the ground. "Old Jacket, Eternal Honor," read one headline. "General Salutes Forgotten Hero," said another. Major Hale's inbox overflowed. News anchors begged for interviews. She declined them all. The only comment she gave was written in an email to a young woman studying military history. "A jacket doesn't make the soldier, but sometimes it reminds the world who the soldier was." She continued her life as always, quiet, humble, consistent. But her moment at Gate C9 changed how many people saw not just her, but every vet they'd passed without a second glance. So, what you mock without knowing, someone else would salute with tears in their eyes. Respect isn't just earned in war, it's carried in silence, worn in stitches, and recognized by those who understand what sacrifice really looks like. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.